What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to get the most powerful mask in the game, in my opinion, when it comes to actual PvE farming. So this mask right here is called the Shadow Walker mask, and its abilities are astounding. So right off the bat, the mask really doesn't seem to do too much other than just make you more quiet, make you more concealed, increase your concealment even further, reduces your noise print. And then it starts to do some interesting things. It increases your crit rate by 10%, which is huge, and we'll get into that later. And then it increases your actual damage by straight up 20% when attacking from behind. And it does double hits as well, so that's pretty crazy. So not only if you attack from behind do you do double damage, but you're also doing 20% increased damage. So literally, it gets ridiculous with this mask. The most important one is, of course, the end here where it says it lets you be completely invisible. So let's do that right now, just to throw it out there. All masks have a mimicry mode. It's like your transformer mode, basically, to just make it really simple. So you're going to get these yellow crystals, okay? We'll just put a few of those on our body here. As long as you have yellow crystals, that's basically the fuel source to turn yourself into your transformer mode or your mimicry mode. And that's just the C key. So I press the C key, and now I have switched into my transformer mode. My mimicry mode, whatever. And now I gain basically these stats right here, the first part. The V key, there's a V key down there in the lower right of the screen. And if I press the V key, and this goes for any mask as well, they all have special abilities built into their transformer mode. So if I press the V key, now I'll use my special mode, which is cloak mode. It's just like Star Trek with the Klingons. They just completely cloak. And for those who want to know what the capability of this is, in PvP, I would imagine it would be pretty damn nice. But in PvE, it's OP. Basically, nothing can see me unless I walk directly over it. In order to get this mask, let's talk about that. If we want to get this mask, we have to go down here into the volcano. You can't just go into the volcano and just be like, oh, I'll just hurry up and do it. Like, you'll die. It's impossible. The damage tick alone from heat can get up to like 200 per tick if you're not wearing proper clothing. So that's like 2 dead, right? So like, you can't do it. There are some ways where you can get like a whole bunch of buffs and like really like bust your ass to get in there. But to be honest, you're going to be more stressed out than it's worth. So if you want to do it the right way and the easiest way, you're actually going to get the Explorer mask first. And we are going to look at this Holy Ruins up here in the top left. Now there's a portal right next to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this portal. We're going to go in here. We're going to get the Explorer mask. And then there's another thing you can get in this dungeon, which is the Explorer mask rank 10 mimicry mode. So a lot of these masks, like when you learn these actual modes, they require you to have like special components, special parts that you have to physically loot from bosses or from loot chests. So in order to get that special part, we have to also kill another boss that's up in this area. When we're doing snow dungeons, you're going to want to make sure that you get the armor from these guys at these camps. It will look like this. So it'll be Claw Tribe's Winter Pants, and it'll say worn because obviously it's worn, which means you can't repair it. But all you need is one set. I recommend putting durability mods on these because they will break, and if they break, you're dead. I would just like sneak your way up in here, you know, hit some camps, knock out the guys so that you can actually get their loot. So let's go. We're gonna go to this portal right here. So we're just gonna go around like this. This is the portal that we just went to. And we're just gonna run up the hill. You're not gonna go up to the pyramid, okay? You're gonna go to this like middle zone here, which is, it's kind of like an underground tunnel that leads into the pyramid. So you're just gonna go under here like this. There's snow leopards here. You can do this on foot. I've done it naked with a torch before. Just roll if you think you're gonna get hit. And then there's an elite boss here. Just roll, get past him as fast as you can, and you'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know why there's a bird in here. So, moving onward. So the first thing we do is we enter this room. Now, there's a gear check right here. So when you get past these torches and you're like in this area right here, you see how I started taking damage? 3, 3, 3, 3. So that actually means that I am not technically immune to the cold damage in this room. So we come through the entrance here. We have a gear check. Obviously, I'm still taking some damage from the cold. So that's not the best in the world, but it's doable. We're going to go through here. You always want to look for the torch lit, torch not lit. If you're lost, that'll take you to the final boss, which we're not doing. That's something different, but here's what we do. You run up to this boss, and I would just go past him. Okay, or we skip him. It's up to you. And then we just go straight. So we're just going to go straight through here. I don't know why a lot of these guys are on the inside of these buildings, but whatever. We're going to go like this. We're going to go all the way up through to the straight spot right here. And eventually you'll come to this big staircase room, okay? If you've reached the staircase room, then you're in the right area. I'm going to show personal markers, and I highly recommend that you guys do this if you're going to put this on farm or for your friends in the tribe or whatever. So the second you get out this door and you start to see this massive staircase room, put a marker on the ground. Just press M, press F, and create a marker on the ground where your feet are. You'll want to know where the exit is later. Trust me, this place is huge. So now all we have to do, you can see where the entrance is. So there's actually 3 floors there. There's one down by the boss, there's one at level, and then there's one above. So the fastest way to get there from here, all we do is we just run straight, we jump, ignore the boss, turn right, go up here, and then we don't take the final staircase, we just jump like this, and we fall down. So now we're in that middle floor, right? Once you finally get here, I recommend you do an entrance marker, so that way you know where this is at all times, and you'll never get lost ever again. Okay, so now we're here. We just basically go into this room. We want to go down this hallway and make sure we get this little flame right here. This is important because this is your respawner for pretty much all this end game boss stuff. Okay, so now we've gotten to the point where we can finally fight this final boss, or this boss that gives us the mask, that is. So there's a few different ways we can fight him. He can be really nasty. He's probably one of the most nasty bosses I've had to fight, because he has this ability where he like instantly shoots you from all these lasers up above, and it's nearly impossible to dodge, and it'll kill you instantly. Man, that ability is so ridiculous. There's a few ways we can fight this guy. The closer you stay to him, the greater the chance that he's going to do closer attacks and he won't do that laser attack. So if you're really close to him, there's a better chance that he'll do close attacks. Just remember that. The second thing is, so basically I always stayed in my shield form, and this will actually block the lasers, like the super bad laser attacks. So I would stay in shield form almost the entire time, and then as soon as I knew he would do an attack that I had time on, I would run up, use the hammer, smack him, and then go back to shield. Okay, so like you can basically beat him quite easily with basic armor as long as you're using a shield and a hammer and you're really clever with your dodges. I'm going to skip that nonsense and just kill him as fast as I can with the gauntlets. As long as you're using the shield, it'll probably save your life. Also, sometimes like parrying slowly with the shield makes it so he doesn't always hit you as much. Especially when he's doing that big combo attack. Okay, this is one that we just kind of sit through. Also, when you're attacking him, especially if you're like really having a hard time, you want to make sure that you're fighting him on top of the platform, because you can actually hide underneath a lot of his attacks, which is helpful. Like right now, I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage because I have him so low. Alright, so we got him. If you have to fight him the old-fashioned way, trust me, I've done it. It is possible. It just requires a shield patience, and a hammer, and of course some bandages. And so you'll just be smashing him with the hammer every chance you get, and then immediately switch to the shield and just take your time and just dodge around him, and you can take him out that way. But once you get it done, you get the Explorer Mask. So there's the mask. So we're gonna get ourselves the Explorer Mask now. So that's one of the big steps we needed to take.
Let's grab that.
Okay, so now we're back at the actual entrance of the dungeon, and I'm going to show you how to get to the module from the entrance. I'm just doing it from the entrance just in case someone needs to just get that part or whatever. So we come in through here, which is the main entrance. You go past the hallway, always go straight. There's a torch on, a torch off. We go past the first boss, which is what we did originally to get to the staircase room. We're eventually going to come up on the staircase room, which is right here. And instead of jumping straight, like we did for the other one, we're going to make a right here. We're going to go down, down, and then we're going to go through the double unlit torches. We then make a right. Sorry, a left. My bad. Then we make a right. Again, we followed the no torches on that door. There was no torches open, and then we go to a torch lit and a torch off. It's a big-ass triangle, so it's hard to miss. So we're going to go through here. We're going to make a right. And there we go. We just keep going straight. See how the torch right back here, there's a little hint. There's a torch that's lit and a torch that's not lit. So just kind of like if you're like, wait, is that the right one? See like torch lit, torch not lit. So this is the one. So now we've made it to here. I highly recommend it once you get it, you just put a marker there on the ground. So I just put X module so I know that this is where the module is if I ever want to farm it later. So let's kill this guy real quick. He is a Slayer, so he's going to do a little spinny to winny. If I can get my mount to stop following me like an idiot, that'd be great. Okay, and let's burn him down. My gauntlets broke. I was like, something weird happened there. Yeah, that's why I always carry backups. I always carry a backup because you'll just be in the zone and all of a sudden everything just disappears on you. So he drops just some basic stuff, nothing too major, but we don't really care about that. What we're here for is the mask component. So let's get that. So that's going to be through here. So what we have to do is we have to come upstairs now and we have to turn on these little contraptions here. You're going to need a bow and an arrow or a spear. Okay, so I have a spear on me. I carry pretty much everything in my mount at all times. I press F, I hit it, it releases the contraption. Now I gotta go over to the other side. Open that one up. Okay, so once we've opened both of those on both sides, we then have to get into a room that will take us to 2 more levers. We flip this switch, that. So here we go, we're on the other side of the room now, and we're gonna flip this switch. We're good. And now we make our way back to the boss room that we were just in. So now all 4 of those little panels should be switched. We now go under the big ramp in the boss room, and in the back here is this door which magically unlocks and is now open. So now we can basically go to where the loot is, which then lets us power this mechanism, which then unlocks the final room. So now we go down here, and now we have to solve this puzzle in order to open this doorway to get the final treasure. So we're just going to operate these, and this is actually RNG, so I can't really help you with this. You just have to read how many are getting lit and try to make sure that all of them are lit at the same time, and you'll eventually get it figured out. Just kind of click around. There it is. All right, so I got it. If I can do it, you can do it, because I hate puzzles and I'm terrible at it. So just click around and eventually you'll unlock this final door, which will then take you to the module, which we've been waiting for. There it is. There's your restrictive explorer module. So now we finally got that, and then what that'll do is that'll let you upgrade your Explorer Mask. Okay, so now we're getting out of here. We should have everything that we need. We have the Explorer Mask, and then we have the Explorer Mask module for the level 10. So now all you have to do is equip that mask and make sure that you level it to level 10. And once you're level 10, you can then consume that module that we just got, and that will unlock your super ability. So here's Scorching Volcano Holy Ruins. So we're gonna grab that. We're gonna teleport to it right now. There we go. And now once we're here, you'll see there's this big entrance next to the portal. So do not go in there with your mount. Your mount will die. The only way we're gonna survive in there is if we are in Explorer level 10 mask mode, in mimicry mode. So let's press C. We're now gonna switch into our mimicry mode for our Explorer mask. And now we're basically immune to all forms of heat, radiation, cold. It doesn't matter. We're completely immune to everything. So we are good to go. So here's how we get to the Shadow Walker mask. So we're going to go into this volcano here. So we're actually going to go right. We're not going to go left. Left is a different route, but we want to go towards the dungeon, okay? So we're in the volcano. There's stuff to do in the volcano, like there's the pyramid loot and all sorts of crap. But we're actually just going to go towards the dungeon because we care about the loot for our mask. We want to get the Shadow Walker mask. Here's our entrance, the dungeon. Obviously, we're looking for these big golden statues. This is the place to go if you want to farm asbestos. There's another place you can farm asbestos, which is down here. It's the city right here. This dead city looking thing. Very nasty guys there, by the way. But you can get some asbestos in that area. And they can just give you straight up heat mods, which is pretty good. Level 2 heat mods. Okay, so we're in the dungeon, and we're just going to follow every door that has one torch lit and one torch not lit. This is really straightforward and simple. So here comes a boss. Let's mess him up. Boom, there you go. All right, so he is down, and he drops all this lovely loot. I think we got to get one more boss down. Just in the back here. Okay, it should be, I think, the left. Again, we're going to look for a door that just has one lit, one not lit. There you go. It's right here. So yeah, we just go left. And it should be down this hall. There's our buddy. And this is the boss that we actually want to fight to get the actual mask unlocked. So here we go. We're going to go in here, same as before. You guys have seen this boss a few times, I think, if you've watched my other videos. Just roll when he does that, time it out. It's all about timing your roll for when he does stuff. Me personally, the way this character is built, I don't really care that much about these attacks. So I'm just going to deal through them with my vampirism. Now we finally get our mask that we've been looking for. Let's grab that. Okay, so there you go. There's your Shadow Walker mask. So now we've got the mask. So now all we have to do is get the level 10 upgrade for the Shadow Walker mask, and we will be able to be completely cloaked. So we're going to go all the way up here. There's a portal at this peak called Dark Forest Portal. So let's go in there. And all we're going to do for this dungeon is take out basically the final boss, and this will give us our module for our Shadow Walker mask, which is pretty sweet. So, all right, once we find the cave, you just want to head on in. You just run past everything. You go up the ramp, ignore everything, open up this, and head on in. Those are spiders. They're really annoying. They'll slow you down. Just try to get through that as fast as you can. Now, once we're in here, we just look for the place that has one torch lit, one torch not lit, which is this one. It's in the middle. We go through here. We go to the right. Look at our torches. Always use those torches as a guide. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah. I think I missed the little hallway thing here. It should be this one right here. Yeah. See how there's a torch on the wall that's not lit? Yeah. So always look for the torch lit, not lit. And then we're going to go this way. And then go this way. Yeah, it gets really feisty in here. Very mazy. Okay, so now we're going to fight this boss. Let's get this done. Okay, so once we've destroyed this boss, we then just head through to the other side. And we want to go to the right, because there's a torch that's lit and not lit. So we'll head this way. Now this part gets a little tricky. So when you get the elevator, you just want to make sure you go down, and then you're going to look around for a room that has a torch lit and not lit. And then that'll save you a ton of drama if you just do that little trick there. So you just go down the elevator, look for a torch that's lit and not lit. It's on the other side. It's one of the 4 rooms. And then you'll come up to this big room. Okay, so now what do we look for? So now we just run around and we look for another room that is a torch lit and a torch not lit. We're going to open up this. And now we can go straight past this guy. He's just a guard. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to finally get our way towards the boss that we want to fight. One of these is the resurrection room, which I recommend you always get, because if you don't, you're going to have to run all the way back. Nobody wants to do that. So make sure you get those resurrection rooms with the torch lit before you fight the boss. Now we can finally fight this guy. Big open room. He sucks. He moves really fast. Best advice is to do the side dashing. Hit, roll, hit, roll. He moves really fast. Okay. So he's dead. We now get a bunch of looties. Nice and fun. And now we can finally get the part that we came here for, which is the module. I always thought it would be funny if they put like a lava pit there. So you have to like fight all this stuff and you think you're safe and then you just like run into a trap and die. I shouldn't give them any ideas though, right? Because they probably will do that. Alright, so here you go. This is your upgrade now for your Shadow Walker mask. And this will now enable you to cloak completely. And that is exactly where we wanted to get you. If you guys need any more assistance, feel free to check out my other videos. There's a whole bunch of them that I'm putting out. I'll catch you at the next one. Later.